What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here with your second stimulus check update, and we have some good news all around in this video. Number one, Congress is back today. Number two, we're going to hear from a senator. And then number three is that there's actually a new group in the Senate with new information regarding the stimulus package and a stimulus check. That is a really good one. That one hit me from left field. I'm going to give you all the details of it in this video and another stimulus program at the end of this video that is passing stimulus right now. But first, if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe down below so you don't miss out on new videos. And don't forget to give this video a like down below. It really helps out our channel. Okay, let's hear from Senator Roy Blunt from Missouri regarding the next stimulus check. And remember, the Senate is really kind of the key to everything here, because the Senate, we need bipartisan support, both Republicans and Democrat support to pass a bill. We can pass a bill in the House with just the Democrats, but the Senate is really the key to getting another stimulus check and another stimulus package out. Let's hear from Roy Blunt, who is a senator from Missouri.
The United States reached 2,000 deaths per day. Tens of millions of Americans are going hungry this Thanksgiving. Unemployment benefits ran out months ago for some. Others, the extensions will run out next month. Congress has completely failed to do anything in recent months. So will you help struggling Americans before Congress adjourns this year?
Well, I hope so. You know, I've been one of the major advocates that we need to do this. We need to do this now. We need to continue the funding for the vaccine, the delivery of the vaccine. We need to stabilize, though, through that the payroll protection effort that worked so well. Direct money to struggling families would be helpful, and some extension of unemployment. But the problem was that our friends on the other side of the building thought that it was $2.4 trillion or nothing. Half of that would have made a big difference, and then after the first of the year, we could have dealt with this again. I think it's a huge failure on the part of the Congress, and I'm disappointed by it. The president was prepared to sign almost any size bill. I think they didn't want to give him that bill before the election, and now we can't seem to figure out how to give it to him after the election.
But you think now there will be a compromise and people will get the help they need?
Well, I don't know that there will. I'm certainly working hard to make that happen. And, you know, Admiral Giroir talked earlier about what we've done with testing, what we've done with vaccines. We've really written two new big chapters in how to respond to a pandemic. Something he said I think maybe wasn't quite noticed. He said that there was 70 million point of service tests produced in October. There were another 70 million that were kind of overnight tests. That's more tests than Americans had taken the entire time up until October 1. So we've had this great surge in availability of testing. Now we need to get people to take the test. And the vaccines are going to be available a year quicker than anybody anticipated. And hopefully people most impacted get those vaccines first, then essential workers who come into contact with most people, with people get it second. And by then you're into late March, and maybe 50% of the whole population that wanted to get a vaccine had access to that vaccine. And that's how we work through this. A great effort on the part of the Congress and the administration to write these two new chapters and how you respond to a pandemic.
So again, that's a Republican senator. And now that the Republicans have lost a few seats in the Senate, even if they lose both of the Georgia runoff seats and it ends up being 52 to 48, we now only need 12 different senators, Republican senators in the Senate, to vote yes to another stimulus package and another stimulus check and an unemployment extension to get that passed. So we only need 12 Republican senators to pass a stimulus bill with Democratic support, and he sounds like he will be one of them. Honestly, it sounds like there will be more than 12 Republican senators. And then this morning, I kind of got hit with information out of left field that there's a brand new group in the Senate, bipartisan group, that is working on another stimulus package and has been negotiating over the Thanksgiving weekend. And what's even better is this group is from the Senate, and it's both a bipartisan group, a group of Republicans and senators, or I'm sorry, Republicans and Democrats from the Senate, which is pretty much the key to getting stimulus passed before the end of the year. As you can see here, at least 8 Republican and Democratic senators have formed an informal working group aimed at securing new stimulus spending during the lame duck session, a move favored by President-elect Biden. Two sources familiar with the group tell Axios. It matters because it may be the most significant bipartisan step for stimulus relief that we've had in months. The group includes GOP senators. GOP stands for Grand Old Party, aka the Republicans. It's a nickname for the Republicans. It includes Republican senators Mitt Romney, Rob Portman, Susan Collins, Lisa Murkowski, Pat Toomey, and Democrats Chris Coons, Joe Mancini, and Michael Bennet, sources said. Their talks center on tying aid, aka stimulus aid, to the 2021 government spending bill, the government shutdown bill that must pass by December 11th. We're going to have significant movement on this in the next few days, as there's only about 11 days left to do this. And this is what I have been reporting to you several days ago. But now this new bipartisan group is pushing to get stimulus done before the government, in the government shutdown bill also. Now, this group is expected to pass an unemployment extension of somewhere between $300 to $450 per week with a retroactive spec to the unemployment. And again, this is a bipartisan group, so we're likely to see things in the middle, which is really what we need to pass it, because unfortunately, we can't have an all Democrat or all Republican team here because the other side won't pass it. We need a bipartisan group, a bipartisan bill, and we need a bipartisan compromise to get a deal done. So we're likely going to see a $300 to $450 unemployment extension boost and a retroactive money there for unemployed workers. And even if you're not unemployed anymore, you might be able to get some of the retroactive money from when you were unemployed. We had a recent statistic that said that up to 40% of the current workforce has been unemployed at one point or another during this pandemic, which is crazy. 40% of the workforce. In addition to that, they're expected to have another round of stimulus checks, which should cost between $250 to $300 billion. This is stimulus checks that will go out directly to the people, and it's expected to be at least $1,200, and checks for dependents, and it should be for all dependents this time around. We've had two different numbers thrown around recently for dependents, and that is $500 checks for dependents or $1,000 checks for dependents. So it's likely going to be either one of those, but at least $500 checks for dependents. And this time around, it's likely to be all dependents. From the first stimulus check, the CARES Act, a lot of people were left out and didn't receive stimulus checks. And this time, that is not expected to happen for dependents this time around. So we're expecting a stimulus check of at least $1,200. I'm not sure if it'll be more yet. I will be updating you guys as soon as I hear more information, but at least $1,200 per person and at least $500 per person on the dependent side. In addition to that, they'll be looking for a eviction moratorium extension and a student loan pause on payment plans extension on that also. Both of those run out at the end of the year on December 31st. So student loan payments and eviction moratorium are likely to be included in there. It'll be interesting to see if we can get rental assistance in there like we're seeing from all these states and cities. There was mortgage and rental assistance in the HEROES Act 2.0 that was passed in the House. That is really a big key because we're seeing a lot of these states and cities actually pass up to $5,000 stimulus checks paying their residents for mortgage and rental assistance. We've had, I don't know, several different states that are passing up to $5,000 that they're paying their residents for rental assistance. One state was actually even $9,000, which was kind of crazy. I'll link you a video here at the end of this video where I covered all the recent states and cities. If you haven't watched that, you're going to want to watch that. So I will be keeping you updated with all the new information regarding this new bipartisan group in the Senate that is working on a stimulus bill. And in addition to the stimulus bill that we're probably expecting in the next several days, with the government shutdown bill. There's likely to be a stimulus bill with stimulus checks, unemployment, all that stuff attached to a government shutdown bill that they have to pass before December 11th. So we're going to have a lot of big news here within the next few days. So make sure you're subscribed with the bell icon on so you get notifications when we go live. In addition to that, I'm bringing you new information regarding states and cities that are passing stimulus right now to their residents. And let me bring you a new one. Okay, this next one comes from a viewer, Tiffany Marie. Thank you so much, Tiffany, for helping out our viewers. She says in a comment, "Hey, Jimmy, here's a link for Indiana rental assistance. The website is indianahousingnow.org. Thank you for all you do for your channel and your family. I've played all your games, the What's in the Box games, and I hope I win next. I'm so confident. I have 4 little boys that would have a decent Christmas. Keep us updated. Love you guys." Thank you so much, Tiffany Marie. Let's go to that website, indianahousingnow.org. And so here is rental assistance for the state of Indiana. There's likely programs for this for every single state and every possibly not every single county, but a lot of counties. But there's programs like this in probably every single state. You just have to find them. So if you find any other programs that we haven't covered on this show, comment them down below in the comments so our viewers can read through the comments and see these programs, and I can bring you new programs if I find any, or if you guys find any, you could be featured on the show. Don't forget to like and share this video so others like you can find out about these stimulus programs. Also, I will be bringing you new up-to-date news in the upcoming videos. You can click on this top video to watch my newest stimulus check video. And this bottom video is about all the states and cities that we recently covered. Your state and city may have rental assistance and stimulus money in there. Watch that if you haven't yet. And this video teaches you how to start your own business selling products on Amazon FBA. Click on one of those videos to watch them next. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.